Hey everyone, it's Vicky here, and today I am designing for Hip Kit Club, and I am using the June 2019 kits. This is my very first layout with the kit, so I'm excited to do it. I'm starting off with this Heidi Swap Colour Fresh paper, and it's Mixed Media Monday, and I've been tasked to use the Lindy's Magicals. So what I'm going to do is get some texture paste and mix up some colours using the Magicals powder, just the powder as it is, you don't need to water it down. And I'm going to paste using the stencil from the colour kit onto this paper. Now, my idea is to match up the colours that are on the paper, but they're not great. Some of them aren't perfect, and I'm okay with that. Actually, it looks quite nice with the contrast, but my original idea was to use the actual colours from the paper. You can see this one's definitely lighter than the paper beneath, but it turns out quite cute and I like it. So here I go. So I mixed pink with those. This one I add a smidge of blue into because that middle stripe there is a little bit more on the blue tones, but actually this is the one that really doesn't work. It comes out a bit too purpley, but it still looks okay. So I'm just doing them all, drying them as I go. And then, so I've done the pink ones, and then I'm going to go in there now with the more orangey tones. And for that, I'm just going to mix the pink and the yellow. So just trying those up. This orange one comes out perfectly. I added a bit of water there, you might have seen, just because it was getting a bit dry. But this one comes out perfectly. It's almost the exact colour of the paper. So that was my original intention. But there you go. So this final one, on this final one, I went back to the Magical Shakers from last month, and I mixed that with a bit of pink from this month and a little bit of the yellow. It just seemed to make a slightly better tone of red for this colour. And again, it's lighter, but it's sort of, the tone is right once it dries. So what I do now is I cut it into the coloured strips, and then I cut each strip into 2 triangles. So you'll just see me do that. Okay, and then I just sort of arrange them on the page. Realise, I think at this point, they're a bit too big, so I cut them all down a little. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. I think in a second you're going to see the photo I'm going to use. First of all, actually, I do snip down every other one. So I've got a long and a short triangle for each colour. And there's my photo. It's me, Lisa Fonseca and Nikki Rowland, all from the Hip Kit design team. We had a weekend together recently, had a retreat, the Getaway in the UK, and Lisa was the guest teacher. So we had a great time and we took some great photos. So I really wanted to scrap this. And Lisa and Nikki are very glamorous next to me, but it's okay. I don't care. They're also younger than me, so it's all good. But anyway, so I'm doing the packaging technique now. Just using those Magicals in the pink to start with. So this is just plain pink from there. So I'm putting the pink where there are pink wedges. So it looks messy. You don't see most of it, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, so just spread those out there, and then there's some pink wedges at the bottom, so I'll put a bit down there as well. And then I'm going to add a bit of yellow into it as well, just to make a slightly more orangey peachy colour, and put some in the other 2 spaces. So you'll see that I'll do that in a second. Just playing with those wedges, just trying to decide exactly how I'm going to put them. But the Magicals, just so that you know, when you use them, in case you haven't used yours yet, don't pour water into the pot because you can make so much paint from that pot. So just put them onto a piece of packaging or into a palette like I have there and mix them up. You don't need very much, just a small amount of powder goes a long, long way. Okay, so just drying that off a little bit. And I have my wedges, all my mixed media wedges. And I'm quite happy with how that looks, and so I'm going to stick them down. And partway through doing this, my ATG gun runs out of tape, so I have to then revert to glue. If you wonder why I'm using different method to stick the rest down, that's why. So there we go. And next thing I'm going to do is mount my photograph. Oh no, actually no, I cut that June out of a Project Life card, but I don't actually use it. So I cut through that quite quickly. And now I'm mounting my card. This is with a couple of Pocket Life cards from the kit that match in with the colours. And so that looks great. I like to use those as mounts. And they're always beautifully designed. Kim does a great job with those. So these are the Vicki Boutin flowers from the ephemera pack in the main kit, I believe. So I'm just sort of colour, tone on tone, finding flowers for that. So the pinks with the pinks, the orange with the orange. And I'm going to cut this weekend word out of this. Now I don't have other yellow on the page at the moment, but I do have yellow in the sweater I'm wearing in the photo. So I just wanted to pull that in onto something. So I'm just going to cut it out, and it looks quite cute as well with the yellow still around it. So I think about putting June weekend, but I didn't then want to add the blue as well as the yellow. So I actually do take that off. This is another piece of the Vicki Boutin ephemera, and I just cut the white off from around it. I cut through that, but I thought the white just was too much on it, so I took that off. This little paper clip, these epoxy paper clips, so cute, and this one says go. And the retreat I was at was the Go Getaway. So it was perfect. So I put that on there, not as a clip, just as a little tag behind. So I'm now putting some foam on the back of my photo, just to raise it up a bit. And I cut it around the paper clip because that was already quite bulky. So sticking down the flowers. Okay, so now I'm looking at my title, and I'm going to use this suede flower, but it's a little bit bulky. I prefer them a bit smaller in my album, so I just trim sort of a couple of millimeters off the top of it. It still looks the same, it's just a little bit shorter and easier to go in the album, and that colour is perfect just there. So this is one of the stickers from Vicki Boutin. It says, "The best thing about memories is making them." So I thought that was really appropriate. And then there's a 3 in the perfect colours in that Heidi Swap sticker sheet. It's got the orange and the pink on it. It doesn't end up quite there, but it does end up on the layout. So I just put some powder on the back of this butterfly just to make the wings stick up a little bit. That's also from the Vicki Boutin sticker sheet. And these are the chipboard stickers. I just put a little heart. That's the other yellow piece that I put on just to draw that in. So it's a yellow circle with a pink heart. I want to use a sticker from this Heidi Swap sticker book, which is immense, but I don't in the end. I stick to what I have here. And I just put some foam on the back of Weekend just to raise that up as well as the photo is raised. So stick that down there. Takes a little while, so I hold it for a bit. There we go. And another little sticker that just says sweet. Just goes in there, it's the right colour, so I thought it would look good. And then I use these sort of rose gold alphas here just to put Getaway. So I make it Weekend Getaway. And then I also put another go at the top, and that's when the 3 moves down. So I put go. So now I have Go Getaway. So perfect. Worked brilliantly. And that's the final layout. I hope you like it. I hope it gives you some inspiration for using the Lindy's Magicals. There are close-ups as well to look at. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love if you'd subscribe to my channel. And this has been Vicki for Hip Kit Club. Bye bye.